Hello, welcome to another episode of Shardcast. I am your host, Aaron Froats, otherwise known as Froatsylvania. Today we'll be bringing you an exhibition match between Govir and Vasus. Vasus will be playing a Blood Diamond deck, while Govir is going to test out his Mono Wild deck. If you checked our milestone 10th episode of Shardcast, we did feature Govir with a Mono Blood deck, but he's going with a Mono Wild deck this time. So, because it's an exhibition match, we should have a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and get to it. As we go to the coin flip here. And it looks like Vasus is going to win the draw here. Look at Govir's starting hand here. He draws his 7. 2 shards, a chlorophylla, 2 crash of beasts, honeycap. And I'm not quite familiar with that last card there. Again, we're watching this from the point of view of Govir. And he does decide to keep his hand. Vasus keeps his as well. So both champions will start out with 7 cards in their opening hand. Govir plays a wild shard and will pass turn straight back over. Vasus will draw a card for turn. Again, Vasus is playing a Blood Diamond deck. He drops a diamond shard to start off with, and we'll pass turn back over as well. Govir has a huge starting hand here with those 2 Crash of Beasts because those 2 cards total 3 troops on board. So that's a nice little starting hand for him. He draws a Howling Brave, so he plays a Wild Shard and drops a Howling Brave now. So he has 3 Threshold, 1 temporary and 2 permanent resources, but he'll easily be able to get a Crash of Beasts out next turn, even if he does not draw another shard, because he can exhaust the Howling Brave for a temporary resource, giving him 3 for turn. Or he can decide to go chlorophylla and give him 2 more permanent resources. So a lot of options here. I would imagine if he draws a wild shard, which he does, he'll play it in the chlorophylla and give him 2 crash beasts back to back. We'll see here. Vasus played a blood shard for turn and passed. Govir, on his turn, like I said, drew the wild shard, but he chooses to bypass his first main phase and attacks the Howling Brave. So he will drop his wild shard and drop one of the crash beasts there. That says he gets a 3/3 Crush Troop, and it escalates, meaning as it resolves, it goes back to his library, and instead of putting one Rhinoceros out next time, a Crash of Beast played will put out 2 Rhinoceros each time, or Rhinoceri, whatever the plural of that is. Tough word for me to say today, apparently. Vasus will draw and play a Diamond Shard for him this time, so he's got 2 Diamond Threshold and 1 Blood Threshold. 3 temporary resources, 3 permanent resources, and still does not play a card. Interesting. Govir not worried about a murder yet, because that does take, though 3 resources, takes 2 blood thresholds. So Govir draws for turn, gets a command tower, which is an artifact that gives all troops +1/+0 to their attack there. Govir bypasses main phase and swings with both the Howling Brave and the Rhinoceros, dealing 4 damage to Vasus, assuming he has no tricks up his sleeve. He doesn't. Vasus down to 15. Second main, Govir plays chlorophylla, exhausting all of his temporary resources, but bringing his permanent up to 5, and his wild threshold up to 6. Playing Monikashin, he plays his champion ability and puts a 0/1 Battle Hopper into play. That would be huge with that command tower, because that would be able to attack as a 1/1. Honeycap's huge now too, because he has 6 threshold. So Govir should be able to go on the offensive very quick here if Vasus can't turn something around here. There's his second blood threshold, so you have to think Extinction may be coming here second. 4 resources, 2 blood threshold, 7 cards in hand. Nothing. Vasus still yet to play a card. 4 turns, 4 shards, no other cards. Govir draws an Evolve. Ooh. That could be huge. How's he going to play this out? Command Tower goes down first. That'll give all his troops +1/+0. So now has a 2/1, a 4/3, and a 1/1. So he just decided to play it in this order here. Again, the rest of his cards in hand. Crash of Beast is a 3-drop, Evolves a 3-drop, Honeycrap's a 4-drop. And again, I'm still not quite sure what that last one on the end there. I think it's a commander. I want to say it's a Shinhir commander. I'm not quite sure if that's even a card. Exhaust the Howling Brave. Plays Evolve. So all of his creatures get +1/+1 permanently. He has a 5/4 Rhinoceros now and a 2/2 Battle Hopper. Oh, here comes a murder. Good play by Vasus. He had to think one of those is coming by here. So he will murder the Rhinoceros. Surely Vasus wasn't sitting there with a blood deck, nothing to play against that with 4 resources. Obviously, he had a murder in hand. Takes the 5/4 Rhinoceros off the board, leaving Govir only the 2/2 Battle Hopper to attack with now, dealing 2 damage. Vasus down to 13. Passing turn. Vasus draws for turn. Up to 7 cards again. Draws drops a diamond shard. Plays a Protector Defender. This is before that card has changed. So if those of you are viewing what is probably present day now, this is before Protector Defender was changed. Protector Defender is now a 2/1 for a 2-drop. At the time of this matchup, it was a 2/4 for 4-drop. So if those of you are following along at home, maybe a little confused there. So just to correct that for you. Govir draws a Wild Shard. Oh, it looks like Protector Defender, by the way, has the gem in it to give all his troops +1/+1 if it deals damage to the champion. So Govir draws a Wild Shard. I would imagine that Crash of Beasts is going to hit the board, but he's got to be worried about Extinction. So he's got to, with 5 cards in hand, Vasus probably has 1 in hand. Govir drops the Wild Shard, going up to 6 resources, 7 threshold. Honeycap, maybe? It would give him a 7/7 Honeycap. Yep, here comes the Honeycap. So 7/7 Honeycap for a 4. Not bad. Oh, sorry, 8/7. Forgot about the Command Tower's ability there, the artifact on the board. So Honeycap will be an 8/7. Move to attacks. Govir will not attack, because the Protected Defender on the other side is the 2/4, which can wipe off either the Howling Brave or the Battle Hopper. Blood Aura being played by Vasus on his Protector Defender, so it's now a 3/4 with Life Drain. And that's a permanent ability. Protector Defender shuffles back into your deck when it dies, so if he happens to draw it again after it dies, it will still have that +1/+0 and Life Drain ability on the card. Nice little feature of the Hex TCG. For those of you who may not be as familiar with Hex, but familiar with other TCGs, a lot of the abilities are permanent abilities, meaning even after it's bounced off the board one way or another, it will retain that ability. Alright, here goes Extinction. Vasus wipes the board clean. Although it looks like I'm not quite familiar with Palamedes' champion power, but it looks like you can give target troop +1/+1, but you have to remove a troop from play. So you put the +1/+1 on the defender and put it back in his hand, and then used Extinction. So board is clean. Govir's turn. Draws an Onslaught, which could be huge later on. Plays his Crash of Beasts, so he puts 2 4/3 Rhinoceri out there. Plays the Commander. It's 3/2 now. He's got 4/3, 4/3, and a 3/2, and an Onslaught in hand. Onslaught says, till end of turn, all of your troops get +3/+3 and Crush. So we're looking at 4, 8, 11, 20 damage. Here comes another Extinction. Unbelievable! Vasus wipes it again. Vasus still has 4 cards in hand. Govir down to 1, which is an Onslaught, which doesn't help him with any troops. So Vasus, with 2 resources, 4 cards in hand, will pass the turn back over to Govir. See what Govir can do here. What? Crash of Beasts again! That's his 3rd Crash of Beasts. That's going to be 3 Rhinoceri out there. It's your 4/3 Crush creatures. With the Onslaught, if Vasus doesn't have an answer, this could be game next turn. 12 damage plus the 9 from the Onslaught. That's... Sorry. 4. That's his 4th Crash of Beasts. Or I'm sorry, I apologize, it's the 3rd one. This is again pre-patch, where they fixed the escalation. So it went from 1 to 2 to 4. So either way, 4 Rhinoceros out there, all 4 3s, all with Crush, and an Onslaught in hand. Without an answer, that'll be game. Here comes Protector or Defender, which won't really help. It'll give him a blocker. Here comes a Clergyman. Give him another blocker. And... sorry, they're both Clergymen, not the Defenders. Both Clergymen come out. So he's got 3-2 Clergymen and 4-3 Clergymen. Which means he can stave off 5 of the damage, but we're talking 12 plus plus 12 from the onslaught, so 24 minus 5. That's not enough. That's 19 damage. So this is game with Vasus having 0 resources in hand. Pumps them all up to 7 6s, all with Crush, and that's it. So Govir will swing the house for the win. Swinging 28 with Crush. Vasus saying pro top deck skills. Yeah, pro top deck for the Crash of Beasts. He had the Onslaught in play though, or in hand I mean. So Vasus will block 2 just for the sake of blocking here, but it won't be enough. So Govir with 20 health, Vasus with 17. That will be game over though. Damage to resolve, and game over Govir. Quick, well-played game there. So, again, for those of you who are just joining us in the chronological order of the games here, this was a game played by Govir pre-patch, before they corrected, I believe it was patch 8.15, when they corrected the extinction and changed the Protector Defender. So if you're watching this back through again, the Protector Defender during this gameplay was a 2-4-4 drop. It's now a 2-1-2 drop. Escalation, the keyword ability, was when it resolves, change the bold number on the text of the card to double next time you play it, or on all copies of your cards in all zones. So the Crash of Beasts went from 1 Rhinoceros to 2 to 4. Now they've changed that. Instead, it goes it makes a linear jump, so it goes from 1, 2, 3. Or in the case of, like, say, Ragefire, it goes 2, 4, 6 instead of doubling each time. So, apologize for any confusion that may have caused. But either way, that was still a very, very good game. If I do the math in my head, Govir would have been able to do a, 4-3, 4-3, 4-3, the 3 of them. It's 12 damage. Plus the onslaught's 21 damage, block 5. He will be able to do 16 of the 17 damage if escalation would have been on there properly. However... no, that'll work. Yeah. So he would have gotten him down to 1, and 2 of his beasts would have lived, and the 2 troops on Vasus' side would have died. So without drawing another extinction, the game would have over the following turn anyway. So appreciate y'all for joining in. Please follow my channel if you can. Follow me on Twitter. Again, I'm at Pennsylvania, as you can see at the bottom there. We try to put up another Shardcast at least a couple a week. So I'll try to put up anything from exhibitions to tournaments. If you would like to have any of your games featured on Shardcast, by all means, send me a tweet, drop me a line on my my channel, comment on the videos, and I'll see if I can't get you onto a Shardcast. Thing is, I will ask that you don't cover up any bit of the gameplay with your stream. So with your webcam or your chat, don't cover up any of the gameplay, and give me a large enough resolution so it doesn't bog down the screen. So. Let's see, that's about it. So until next time, my name again is Pennsylvania, and this is Shardcast.